Now let's take a look at how we can measure temperature with an Arduino. There are several different ways of doing it, but the first one we're going to look at uses a DS18B20 temperature sensor. That's a Dallas Semiconductor. And why I like this one, although it uses some tricky protocol for reading the sensor, it's also incredibly affordable and easy to implement thanks to Arduino libraries. I have this one right here. Very small, so I'm going to draw a quick diagram of how to use it. And this one even ships with an included resistor. So how does this work? So when looking at this, there's 3 wires coming out of it. And from the front view, it looks like this. And there's some writing on here. And what we need to know is there's pin 1, 2, and 3. Now, while looking at that, you want the flat side facing towards you. So from the top view, it would look like this. And the pins would be underneath it, and this would be 1, 2, and 3. So from this angled view, it kind of looks like that. Okay? Now, it's pretty easy to connect. Pin 1, we're going to connect to ground. Pin 3, we're also going to connect to ground. And pin 2, we're going to connect to whatever pin we're reading with the Arduino. So I'm just going to call that Arduino for now. And pin 2 also gets connected through a resistor to positive 5 volt. And that's called a pull-up resistor. That, again, very similar to a button, prevents unknown fluctuations in that pin. It will keep it at a high state or at full voltage to the pin, as opposed to a low state, which would be 0 voltage to the pin. So we have a pull-up resistor. In this case, if you read the datasheet and the libraries that we're going to be using, we know that this resistor, you'll see, is labeled as a 4K7. What does that mean? Well, if we wrote 4700K, that's not exactly right because that would add 3 more zeros. If we write 4.7K, that's the same as 4700 ohms. So it's just very easy to write it that way. So sometimes you'll see it written like this, 4.7K, or sometimes you'll see it written like this, which is 4K7. I prefer the 4K7. I know that equals 4700 ohms. And that's all we have to do to hook it up. Now we are going to be dependent on 2 different libraries. One of them being the OneWire library. And that's a specific way of reading one-wire sensors. And it is quite complicated. But again, we have a library. We kind of don't care how complicated it is. We might need to know how it works, but in most cases, we don't even need to know how it works. So we're going to install the OneWire library. We're also going to install a library for this particular sensor. So let's go ahead and get them installed and take a look at the code, and then we can wire it up. Start by launching Arduino. And we will go into Include Library, Manage Libraries. And the first library we want is called OneWire. And there's a few of them in here, but I'm going to select the one that just says OneWire and click Install. And the other one we have to install is called Dallas Temp. Oh, there it is. First one that comes up. Click on that and click Install. Done. And again, I like to quit out of Arduino and fire it back up. And now we have an example. Dallas Temperature. Let's just do simple. Here's the code. If we look right in the beginning, we have that library we already included, the OneWire library that takes care of all the communications to the sensor. And the next one is the Dallas Temperature library, and that takes care of additional code for what does that data mean and how to convert it. We have both of those in there. I can do a quick verify. It says compiling, and we're okay. And now I'll look at this line right here. It says we're connected to port 2 or pin 2 of the Arduino, and that has to be a digital pin. So let's go ahead and wire that up. I told you it's going to be very easy. We'll start with our breadboard. Now again, when we're looking at this from the top, pin 1 is going to be on the left-hand side. The flat side of this semiconductor should be facing us. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the board like this. And when you breadboard with these, you need to spread the wires out just a little bit. You can do every other row. And it fits right into a breadboard nicely. Now I'm going to add that resistor. Here it is. Remember, we're going to have a pull-up resistor from pin 2. We're going to have that pull up to positive 5 volts. And we're going to have pin 1 connected to ground. And we have pin 3 also connected to ground. So I could either connect it to the ground rail of the breadboard, or I could even connect it to pin 1. It doesn't really matter. I'll connect it to the ground rail as well. Move these up a little bit, make it a little cleaner. And then our sensor. I like to use yellow for that. We're going to connect that to digital pin 2. And then we need to connect up our positive 5 volt. And we have one more that we need to connect to ground. Connect that to ground over here. And that's all you need to do to wire this sensor up. I'm going to bend it down a little bit so I can try and change the temperature. I'm going to go ahead and plug my Arduino in. Let's take a look at the code. And quickly, board, Arduino, port, automatically picked it, perfect. Let's upload it. It says uploading. The lights are blinking back and forth. Done uploading. Let's open up a serial monitor. And we're getting a temperature reading out of here. Now, if I were to go ahead and put my finger over this, see if we can't raise it up. So we're going to 22, 23. If I blow on it. 25, 26, 27. So what you do with this data is really up to you. You can convert it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. It works in hexadecimal, and how you transpose that code is fairly simple. It's well documented. Take a look at the link in the library, and you'll be able to easily integrate measuring temperatures with your Arduino.